Welcome to the Intuitive Therapist Podcast with Janis R. Cohen, therapist, clairvoyant, empath, and medium. Listen in as she takes a no-nonsense deep dive into real human struggles and how to resolve them. Janis will share channeled information from her spirit guide team, as well as the angels and archangels, to help you master your emotional, physical, financial, and spiritual destiny. And now, Janis R. Cohen.
Hey y'all, this is Janis Cohen, the Intuitive Therapist here on the Intuitive Therapist Podcast. There's a saying that you spend the first part of your life getting to know who you are or becoming who you need to be, and the second half trying to let go of it and unbecome. It's something to that effect. I can't remember the exact words, but those of us who've reached middle age and beyond understand this sentiment very well. We all strive to earn money, to create professions, to become who we believe we're supposed to become. And then with each decade, I would say 50s and beyond, we find ourselves caring less and less about those things that we did before, letting go of who we used to be and finding greater peace in life, not caring than actually putting effort into caring so much, right? So I think that's going to make sense to most people who are middle age and above. And what mattered to us over the years has either become unimportant and replaced with updated values, or they've morphed into a fine-tuned aspect of that original value that we had. And that said, today I want to share some thoughts with you pretty quickly, short and sweet, about the becoming aspect of your life, the search for meaning and purpose, and how you use that to help only one kind of person. And as I mentioned before, we spend most of our lives trying to figure out and get clear on who we truly are. I think that's everybody's search, right? Who are we really? And once you realize that serving is one of the greatest acts of coming to understand who you truly are, it's only then that you can actually begin to understand, in my opinion, that who you actually think you are isn't actually who you truly are. And there's always more to who you actually are than who you could even imagine. And it wasn't until I was in my 40s that I understood that my life was meant to be used for something. It wasn't enough that I just experienced what I experienced, or felt what I felt, or believed what I believed in and of itself about anything. It was more so about how I use all of that to impact others, to find my place in the world. Most of us struggle really to figure out our purpose. We search, and we rack our brains for years, maybe even decades, trying to figure out that one thing that we're here on earth to do, be, or have. And as you age, hopefully you realize that there's never really one single purpose for a person. In fact, our purpose can change over time based on our experiences. But once you realize that there isn't one single thing that you're here on earth to do, then you can open up to being a multi-purpose being and open up to what's truly possible for you to impact others in the world. It's truly, this is what I believe. It's true that our experiences shape us, and if we become smart to that, then we can coagulate the lessons in our lives, drill them down to a few main goals, and fulfill our destiny. Our experiences are simply marks on a timeline, and it's you who gives them labels and meanings. And it's you who determines if your life experiences either distract or diminish you, or actually develop you. It's been a long-standing message for me to use what I've gone through to develop me. So this is the perspective that I choose to filter all of my life experiences through, that everything I've gone through has served to develop who I am. Every single one of them, even the worst ones, have developed me the most. And if you were to identify a theme of your life, a positive theme, not a judgmental negative one, but a positive theme for your life, what would it be? Maybe you need to think about this for a while. Maybe you need to pause the recording. Maybe you need to write about this and see what comes through. Each of us has a life theme, and most of us don't find out what that life theme is until later on in life, when we've been well lived and well experienced. And for me, my life theme has been cultivating courage, confidence, and certainty, and teaching that to other women. So when I think about my life theme and my myriad of experiences, and I ask myself, what is my purpose? What am I most qualified to do right now in my life? It always comes back to that. Cultivating courage, confidence, and certainty, and teaching that to other women. I've had a lifetime of lessons of learning the truth that not fitting in is an amazing asset when it comes to living a life that matters. I've never felt like I fit in, ever. And actually, I've learned to love that part of me and say, you know what, I'd rather stand out than fit in. And I've also learned that the person I am most qualified to help is the woman who is the kind of person that I used to be, somebody searching for courage, confidence, and certainty, someone who longs to have true peace within herself. So as you review your life, you might identify several positive themes that have shown up in your life. And I'm not going to say that that's not the case. Only you will know. Maybe it is that you've had several themes in your life. But from my vantage point, there will be only one overarching theme that is at the top of the list. Once you figure this out, then you can identify the one kind of person you are most qualified to help. Of course, you can help many kinds of people. I'm not saying you can only help one kind of person. It's beautiful to be able to help as many people in all kinds of ways as possible. But when it comes to identifying purpose in your life, I'd like to suggest that you begin here. Age isn't a requirement to figure this out, but awareness is. Insight is. The proper filter is. So what's the overarching positive theme of your life? Who were you? And who are you now? And what kind of person can you then help? I'd love to know. I wish you a wonderful week, a blessed day, and as always, live intuitively.
Thanks for listening to The Intuitive Therapist. If you like what you heard, the best compliment you can give us is to share this podcast with a friend, and be sure to give us some stars and a favorable review at Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen in.